Have you ever felt like the world refuses to hear you? Like your words dissolve into the void, leaving behind nothing but a faint echo of frustration. They look at you and see only what they want to see, a projection of their own insecurities, fears, and misunderstandings. And the more you try to explain, to justify, to fight, the louder their chaos becomes. But listen carefully. Silence is not surrender. Silence is not weakness. Silence is a force, an undeniable, unyielding truth that resonates far beyond what words can accomplish. When you stop explaining yourself, when you cease to chase after their validation, you reclaim a power you never realized was yours. In the stillness, you become a storm, a presence so profound that it speaks louder than any shout, cutting through the noise like a blade. The world may try to drown you in its judgments, but your silence is your defiance. It is your declaration that their opinions are irrelevant, their labels meaningless. Think about this. When was the last time you allowed yourself to sit in the quiet and truly listen? Not to the noise around you, but to the voice within. That voice, the one drowned out by their chaos, is the only one that matters. It tells you that you are more than enough, that you are not defined by their limitations or their fears. They'll tell you that silence is avoidance, that it's a sign you've given up, but they're wrong. Silence is strategy. Silence is wisdom. Silence is strength. It's the refusal to engage in battles that aren't worth fighting. It's the patience to wait for the moment when your presence or your absence becomes the loudest statement in the room. Imagine this. A river flows unbothered by the rocks thrown into it. It doesn't stop. It doesn't rage against the stones. It moves around them, over them, through them. It carves its path with quiet resilience. That's you. That's your silence. It's not resistance. It's persistence. It's a reminder that you are unstoppable, no matter what obstacles they place in your way. Silence forces people to confront themselves. It makes them question their actions, their words, their intentions. In your absence, they're left with nothing but their own echoes. And trust me, that is far more haunting than any confrontation. Let them sit with the weight of your silence. Let them wander. Let them feel the void they tried to create within you. This journey isn't about revenge or proving them wrong. It's about rediscovering yourself. It's about reclaiming your peace, your dignity, your power. The scars they gave you, they don't define you. They are proof that you endured, that you rose above, that you refused to break. Let your silence speak for you. Let it tell the world that you don't owe anyone an explanation. Let it declare your worth without a single word. In a world that thrives on noise, your silence is your sanctuary, your strength, your truth. They may never understand the depth of your silence, but they will feel it. And in that stillness, you will find something they can never take away. Freedom feels like freedom. That's what silence offers. Freedom. Freedom from their words, their control, their expectations, but more importantly, freedom from your own doubts, fears, insecurities. It's a chance to strip away all the noise and finally hear the one voice that truly matters, yours. You see, silence doesn't just make them question themselves. It gives you the space to rebuild, to redefine who you are, and to decide what kind of life you want to lead. It's where you find clarity, where you learn to distinguish between what matters and what doesn't. It's where you realize that the things they said about you, the labels they tried to slap on you, they were never true. They were never about you. They were a reflection of their own insecurities, their own shortcomings. So, let them talk. Let them mock. Let them try to fill the void you left behind with noise and chaos. None of it matters, because you're not there anymore. You've moved on. You've chosen peace over pettiness, strength over weakness, growth over stagnation. But here's the thing. Silence isn't permanent. It's not about shutting yourself off from the world forever. It's about taking the time you need to heal, to grow, to find yourself again. And when you're ready, when you've reclaimed your power and your peace, you can decide how you want to re-enter the world. Not as the person they tried to break, but as someone unshakable, unyielding, unstoppable. Because in the end, silence is more than just a pause. It's a promise to yourself that you'll never let anyone dim your light again, that you'll never let their words define you, their actions control you, or their opinions dictate your worth. So take your time, embrace the quiet, let it heal you, strengthen you, transform you. And when you're ready, step back into the world with your head held high, your heart unburdened, and your spirit unbreakable. And when they see you, when they see what you've become, they'll realize the truth. They never broke you. They only made you stronger. They'll come to understand that their attempts to diminish you only forged resilience within you, like pressure that turns coal into diamonds. You are no longer the person who sought their approval or feared their rejection. You've become something extraordinary, someone who thrives not despite the challenges, but because of them. Silence taught you to listen, not to their voices, but to your own. It taught you to observe, to understand, and to grow. In the stillness, you've cultivated patience and wisdom, two qualities that will guide you through whatever storms life may bring. And here's the poetic irony. They'll try to come back. Oh, they will. They'll try to reclaim the space they once occupied in your life. Perhaps with apologies, perhaps with excuses, or perhaps with the same old tactics, disguised as something new. But you'll see right through it, because silence has given you clarity. You now know your worth, and it's a worth they can neither grant nor take away. When they realize they can no longer manipulate, control, or belittle you, some will fade away, unable to handle the new, empowered you. Others might linger, trying to understand the strength they never believed you could possess. Let them wonder. Let them grapple with the realization that you've outgrown the box they tried to keep you in. But this isn't about them. It's about you and the life you've chosen to build. A life of purpose, peace, and authenticity. It's about finding joy in your own company, fulfillment in your pursuits, and strength in your solitude. Silence doesn't mean the absence of sound. It means the presence of peace. It's not about isolating yourself, but about creating a sanctuary within yourself where no one's negativity can intrude. And when you finally speak, when you choose to use your voice, it will carry weight. It will resonate not with desperation, but with conviction. You'll learn to speak only when it adds value, to walk away from conversations that drain you, and to invest your time and energy in people who uplift and inspire you. And that's the greatest victory of all, reclaiming your life, your power, and your voice on your terms. So carry your silence like armor, not as a shield to hide behind, but as a testament to your strength. Let it remind you of what you've endured and how far you've come. And when the time is right, let your actions, quiet yet profound, echo louder than any words ever could. Because in the end, silence isn't weakness. It's the ultimate expression of power. It's the calm before the storm, the pause before the crescendo, the stillness in which greatness is born. And you are destined for greatness. You are destined for a life that aligns with the strength you've cultivated and the wisdom you've gained. In every quiet moment, remember, the silence that once felt like a void is now a space filled with potential, a sanctuary where your true self thrives. When others see your silence, they may mistake it for retreat, but you know better. It is preparation. It is focus. It is you building a foundation so unshakable that no storm can erode it. And as you move forward, you will notice something extraordinary. The right people, the ones who understand and value you, will be drawn to the calm and confidence that radiates from within. They will see your silence not as absence, but as presence. A powerful energy that needs no explanation. You'll attract opportunities that match your newfound clarity and determination. Your actions will speak volumes, effortlessly showcasing your capability and strength. And as you ascend to the life you've envisioned, you'll look back not with bitterness, but with gratitude for every setback, every moment of doubt, and every painful silence that helped to shape who you are today. The noise of the world may never stop, and challenges will continue to arise. But now, you carry within you a peace that cannot be disturbed. Your silence has taught you to navigate chaos with grace, to choose your battles wisely, and to live intentionally. And that is your power. To rise above, to thrive, and to live unapologetically as your most authentic self. Because the silence that once felt like a burden has become your greatest ally, a source of unmatched strength. So, embrace your silence, not as a void, but as a force. Let it guide you, protect you, and empower you to move forward with purpose. And always remember, your silence is not the absence of sound. It is the presence of power. You are not merely surviving. You are rising, transforming, and becoming unstoppable. As you step into this new chapter of your life, remember that your journey is far from over. It is only just beginning. The silence that once held you back has become the canvas canvas upon which you paint your future. Every decision you make, every step you take, is a brushstroke in the masterpiece of your life. You are no longer confined by the expectations of others or the weight of the past. Instead, you are guided by the clarity that silence has gifted you. With each passing day, you grow stronger, more focused, and more certain of who you are and what you are capable of achieving. Let your actions continue to speak louder than words. Let your resilience shine through in the face of adversity, and let your vision for the future remain steadfast, even when the path ahead seems uncertain. Trust in yourself and the journey you're on. You have learned to embrace the ebb and flow of life, understanding that every moment of quiet reflection is an opportunity for growth. The silence within you is no longer something to fear, but a wellspring of creativity, insight, and peace. It fuels your ambitions and reminds you of your purpose. As you move forward, know that the world will take notice, not because you demand it, but because your presence, your confidence, and your quiet strength are impossible to ignore. You are a force to be reckoned with, a beacon of resilience and determination. So go forth with courage and conviction. Continue to turn your silence into power, your pain into purpose, and your dreams into reality. The road ahead may be challenging, but you have everything you need to overcome it. And as you rise, never forget the lessons you've learned along the way. Carry them with you as a reminder of how far you've come, and as a source of inspiration for others who may be walking a similar path. So, stand tall, walk forward, let your silence echo louder than their voices ever could. You don't need to explain, you don't need to justify, you just need to be. Because the truth doesn't shout, it simply exists. Let your silence carry it, let it roar,